And by Tuesday afternoon, there's a few of those isolated rain showers moving through, mainly overnight into the day on Wednesday. We're going to watch the chance for snow showers break out across Flagstaff, maybe southwestern portions of Utah. And then this system is going to continue to push off into the Plain States. This is going to bring maybe a few isolated snow showers to the higher elevations of Colorado and northern New Mexico by Wednesday afternoon, but no big chance of seeing accumulating snow, or at least a solid accumulation of snow, that is. Now, we're going to get a quick break as we head towards Thursday, maybe a few snow showers up in the Uinta Mountains, but this next system is going to be a pretty potent one for us as we head towards the end of the week. So that's going to be our next focus. As far as what the snow is going to do over the next couple of days, maybe about 1 to 3 inches, nothing too substantial for us here. Definitely needed, though. We have that drought that's still ongoing across much of the region. For areas around Denver, 51 degrees today, our coldest day of the week coming in on Wednesday at 43, and then we're going to be pushing 60 as we head towards Friday. A pretty awesome end to the week is going to be expected for us, and a dry forecast as well here in the Mile High City. Now, other areas like Salt Lake City and Utah, we're also going to see temperatures staying a little bit below average at times, but pretty much right on par for where we typically should be this time of the year. Your forecast is looking pretty decent with our next solid chance of rain moving in by the end of the week.
More wintry weather to talk about in the western United States. How about Reno, Nevada? Hard to see out there up at Mount Rose. Same story in Alta, Wyoming. The ski resorts, they're rejoicing, but I think my favorite camera, Mary, is down in Island Park, Idaho.
Yeah, I don't think you can get much better than that. If you're at the ski resort, it's snowing like that. I mean, that is just basically what you pay for.
That's what they want.
That's what they want.
And they got it.
They got it. And we need the snow, not just across places like Wyoming, but the Wasatch into parts of Utah and also the Sierra Nevadas. That's where we're seeing a lot of snow, and that is where it's much needed.
That's right. It's really stacking up there. We've got winter weather alerts. Take a look at the very colorful map here. Again, we've got them from Southern California for tomorrow all the way up into Montana and Idaho.
That's right. So you'll notice those are widespread, and they're all the way south into parts of areas north of LA County. That's going to be taking place tonight and tomorrow, as some of that snow will start to materialize into Tuesday morning, and even areas for southern Nevada. So we are going to stack up with the snow, though, close to about 8 to 10 inches expected before we're all said and done with this system around Truckee to Lake Tahoe. That is where the snow is really dumping across the area. And you'll notice as we kind of zoom in, that's where also the heaviest of rain is falling, east of San Francisco into the Sacramento Valley, where we're seeing some light to moderate showers in some of those locations. A little bit of a closer view along Interstate 80. If you're going to be traveling some of these routes, be mindful. You're going to be running into some spotty snow showers, nothing we can't handle. We'll also have some pretty gusty winds across the Intermountain West as well as you're kind of traveling over some of these high elevation mountain passes. The snow continues to fall for Pocatello, Idaho, and areas across the Wasatch, so just slowly starting to wind down in those locations. But look at that across Truckee into Lake Tahoe, west of Carson City. That is where the visibilities are certainly dropping to about 1/10 of a mile. So if you're going to be traveling Interstate 80 into some of these locations, locations here in the next hour or so, you're going to be encountering some of those lower visibilities. Now, this system will continue to gain some energy. This will pull into parts of the southwest, the Intermountain West, as we move right on through Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon. This will also bring some rain to Las Vegas. And finally, Flagstaff is going to also be talking about some measurable precipitation here, beginning with a little rain and then transitioning to snow. And they are well behind for this time of year for measurable precipitation. So this is certainly some good news. This trough, though, and you can tell the mid to high level moisture is what water vapor shows you. So that is that trough digging across the west. This is going to transition into the threat for severe weather as we move through Tuesday afternoon, especially for Wednesday. And we're starting to see that uptick with severe weather this time of year. Check this video out in Arkansas. You can actually see this tornado depicted there in that video. Very scary sight, but we have to be mindful that we're getting into the severe weather season, Joe, and we did have the touchdown of this tornado causing extensive damage.
Yeah, extensive damage there, extensive damage in Union City, Tennessee, and near Logan, Kentucky. Again, widespread concerns over the weekend, and we did see that come to pass, unfortunately. But we are going to be tracking more severe weather in perhaps that same exact area. As Mary just mentioned, we're going to see some of this energy as we look at the forecast here. Look at that. Some of those strong upper level winds with the jet stream pushing into parts of the Mid-South as we get into Wednesday evening and Wednesday night. So there's going to be another round of severe weather. Even on Tuesday, before the main event, we're likely to see that potential anyway for a few stronger storms. Dallas on over towards Shreveport and the Arklatex region. But here's what we've got our eyes set on for that major potential of severe weather. We have a slight risk out already, just a few days out from western Mississippi all the way back through northeast Texas, areas of Arkansas, areas of Louisiana, several cities like Shreveport, Little Rock, Greenville, talking about some of those severe weather concerns. Now, as we pump in the Gulf moisture, heavy rain will be a concern, not only with that severe weather threat, so kind of a double whammy, if you will. Heading into our Wednesday, we'll start off with some showers and storms in the area, more really developing later on. And again, we're likely to see some snow even up on the northern side of things into parts of the Midwest. Wisconsin, Iowa could see some heavier snow, switching over into Chicago, but the heavy rain will persist from the southeast all the way up into the mid-Atlantic heading into Thursday. We don't need any more rain, lots of flooding. We take you to a view of the Miami River in Loveland, Ohio, overflowing its banks. Mary, a lot more heavy rain possible too.
A lot more rain falling over these areas that are just overwhelmed. Local rivers, tributaries looking just like this that you're looking at in Loveland, Ohio. We've even had some record crests for places into Kalamazoo, Michigan with the Kalamazoo River. So all of these alerts are depicting some of these rivers that are at flood stage or just above flood stage. So as Joe was talking about, more of that moisture is going to be falling on top of all these saturated conditions. Now, the rain is a good thing. We need it because of the drought-stricken conditions across the Mid-South. But as we know, even the best medicine comes with those side effects, and this will be a side effect. So an additional 2 to 4 inches of rain here for areas north of Jackson, Mississippi, and certainly great for our drought-stricken conditions across the Arklatex. But be mindful of that flooding. We got more on your coast-to-coast forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Stay with us.
A beautiful start to the day, Monday in Palm Desert, California. Thank you, Eric Von Hayden 1 on Twitter for this beautiful start to the day. We're going to see maybe more clouds moving in, though, even to Southern California as we head into the start of this week. But I'm meteorologist Kate Mantich. Thanks for joining us as we take a tour around California and Nevada. Well, down into the South Huntington Beach. Beautiful blue skies from earlier, just like it was in Palm Desert. A few people walking here and there, but it's a bit cooler out there again, even colder as you head up towards Yosemite National Park, as we have some fresh snow even on the high Sierra out there, and adding to that snowpack, plenty of clouds too in the sky. We're seeing that low pressure system working across the region throughout today, and that's really going to give us more chances for some rain and snow across the region. So we do have that snow depth. We're going to add to it. It's slow. We're not going to have the biggest storm today into even tomorrow. But so far across California, well, Tenet, you've made it to half of a foot of snow accumulating already. Cedarville, Redway, adding around 4 inches is what that snow report's coming in so far, in Squaw Valley around 2. Now, this is just from earlier on our morning hours on this Monday, so we'll get more reports coming in and make sure to share them with you. But as of right now, some of those snow totals adding up, and then we'll continue to add up today into tomorrow, even across Southern California into the Los Angeles Mountains, the Great Basin, getting in on those snow showers into the evening hours. Some rain for us across the Central Valley for your evening commute. We'll start to see things winding down, though, across Northern California into Nevada, and even seeing some of those rain showers across San Diego, Los Angeles. Los Angeles, you're getting ready for the Academy Awards, setting up already. And we will have to maybe dodge some raindrops tonight into tomorrow. Temperatures, though, dodging all the way down, or dipping all the way down into the 30s and teens across the region. We're going to continue to see that cold air pushing in. Now that moisture, it's still with us, winding down though, but we're still going to have some of those showers, rain or snow showers throughout the day in southern Nevada, central and southern California throughout your Tuesday. But this is just really the first system. We're going to see a stronger one working through as we head towards the end of this week, but we'll dry things up for the most part as we head into your Tuesday. Temperatures getting back into the 50s and 60s across California. As you see those blues, that's more of the low 30s for you across the region. So Reno making it just a degree above that freezing mark, just a degree below it in Elko, Nevada. Throughout Tuesday night into your Wednesday, we're drying things up, keeping it a bit quiet for the start of the day, but we're already going to watch that next system really trying to approach by the first part of your Wednesday for Northern California. That cloud coverage is working in. That means that moisture is increasing in the atmosphere, and then we're going to see rain and snow breaking out really by the late morning hours of our Wednesday. So that's that next system pushing through, and that's what could potentially give us quite a bit of snow for the region. You'll see, depending on your elevation, we'll have that snow levels, and we'll be dropping once that front pushes through, giving us some cooler air. But we're going to start to spread that out as we head throughout the day, Wednesday, Thursday, even into your Friday. Temperatures, well, they're warming up a bit across California into the 50s, upper 50s at that, and 60s, and we'll still be a bit colder into the Great Basin where we'll have the 30s and 40s for highs. So here's that first round. We're going to see a second round of snow, though, working in as we head Wednesday into Thursday. Could potentially really be adding up for the Sierra Nevada range. This is what we need desperately because we are well below average when it comes to snowfall for this time of year, even seeing some of that rain, that moisture that we need across many of the regions that are still trying to repair after the wildfires that devastated much of California at the end of 2017, and even some snow and rain working into northern or southern California, and across the Great Basin. Could be seeing more of that snow. So things are getting a bit more active with us here, but still a bit chilly in places like San Francisco. Make sure you have the raincoat with you and that jacket because we're going to be seeing and feeling those cold, rainy days. A break in the rain, though, Tuesday into Wednesday before by Wednesday evening, maybe some of those rain showers working back in. Definitely with us for our Thursday into our Friday, even into your Saturday. As temperatures start off for those days in the 40s, get back into the middle 50s. Eureka, you're going to start to see the rain showers first, one of the first spots across California on Wednesday, and that continues throughout the rest of your week and even into your weekend with temperatures well below average.
Welcome back to Weather Nation. We've got your coast-to-coast forecast coming up right now. We are looking all across the country from New York City all the way south into Shreveport, Louisiana, and west into Reno, Nevada. We don't even tell you it's snowing in Reno. Looks will do that for you. We've got a west storm. Actually, the storm that is impacting Reno, Nevada is actually going to transition into energy that's going to feed into our threat for severe weather for Shreveport, Joe, as we move through Tuesday and Wednesday.
And then maybe bring some rain to New York City by Thursday. So coast to coast, we're tracking the system.
We're tracking it all out for you. We're starting to see that uptick in active weather, and we're going to continue to see that right into the beginning of March.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's going to come with the threat of some more heavy rain. So let's take a peek at Louisville. What they've been dealing with so far is this. This was taken just yesterday. A lot of aerial views coming out of the Louisville area showing the widespread flooding. Tributaries, creeks of the Ohio River and the Ohio River itself overflowing the banks. And again, we've seen the wettest February on record in Louisville at about 10.5 inches of rain. And more is likely by the end of the month, Wednesday. And then into Thursday is March 1st. All right, let's talk about some of that showery weather in the northeast right now. Nothing impacting Louisville or the Ohio Valley, but a few spotty showers are around the Washington area, with highs today expected to reach about 54. 51 today in Chicago, 51 in Boston. Still a little chilly, though, up towards towards Minneapolis with a high of 39, but that is actually above average. High pressure really building in as we go through the rest of the day throughout the Northeast, and really it's going to be a quiet night and quiet Tuesday. How about this? A very spring-like forecast. Look at that, 57 in Detroit, 49 in Buffalo, 58 in New York City, 67, maybe close to 70 in and around the St. Louis area for our Tuesday and even into Wednesday. While things stay a little cool for parts of the upper Midwest, we'll likely see a lot of 40s and 50s from the Ohio Valley and Great Lakes all the way into the Northeast. Will there be heavy rain? Well, probably not a whole lot until we get towards the middle to end of the week. Notice some of that pushing into the Ohio Valley as we go towards Thursday. All right, we take you now to the south where we've got some blue skies, Texarkana, Arkansas, but Mary, we could be talking about more severe weather in the days to come.
We certainly could. So heads up for Texarkana and into parts of Shreveport, Louisiana. Right now, we're wrapping up with a system across the East Coast. That's not the system we're concerned about, but we're going to talk about that here in just a second. We do have a few showers, maybe a few embedded rumbles of thunder pushing across the I-10 corridor, approaching Lake City, Florida, eventually Jacksonville for late this afternoon, this evening. Its front will continue to push west to east. Not a big concern today versus what we saw on Saturday with the severe weather. This line has weakened quite a bit. So a few embedded rumbles of thunder. That is about it, and that will continue to wrap up as we move through the afternoon, evening hours. So Lowndes County, Valdosta, Georgia, much of southeast Georgia will be wrapping up with that rain. The next piece of energy, though, that we're talking about really going to take center stage late Tuesday and even into late Wednesday for a secondary round of severe weather. Dallas, Texas, into parts of the Arklatex region. We get that return flow out of the south. Energy is swinging across the west coast. It's all going to feed into those ingredients for severe weather. We're talking damaging winds, the potential for some larger hail. This is going to be taking place late Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, and a lot of heavy rain will accompany it. But by Wednesday, that severe weather threat will actually be a category higher. So we will be watching this system very carefully for Texarkana, Shreveport, western sections of Mississippi, and eastern sections of Texas, really coming together late Wednesday. And that's what you need to pay attention to is going to be the evening hours. The possibility for a few isolated tornadoes can't be ruled out. So we want you to stay weather aware, especially this time of year, as nighttime tornadoes tend to see an uptick in that activity. It will be a lot of heavy rain, as Joe was talking about. We will be keeping our eyes on that as well, as a lot of the local rivers and tributaries across the Mississippi are bank full at or near flood stage, given the rain we've already seen so far into late last week and early this week. So let's go ahead and take you to Big Sky, Montana. The actual energy with this system, what we're talking about, feeding into that severe weather threat, Joe, is it impacting the West? Yeah, indeed. Of course, right now we're tracking a lot of that moisture and energy from California through Nevada into Montana and other areas here across Idaho and Utah. So we'll continue to watch this pull to the east. We actually could see a few bolts of lightning, hear a few rumbles of thunder across parts of the Bay Area, down into the San Joaquin and Sacramento valleys, down into tomorrow, however, LA, over towards the Colorado River Basin. Likely to see a few showers, maybe a rumble of thunder. There will be some snow down into Southern California on Tuesday, but again, we're seeing a lot of that now from the Sierra Nevada up towards Elko, into Pocatello, and up towards Jackson, Wyoming. So a lot more snow to come. We'll continue to track these systems as they pull through the western United States over the next couple of days. All right, we'll take you back to Louisiana. We're going to follow this western energy as it pushes towards the south for the middle of the week with another threat of severe weather.
We'll take a look at this gorgeous photo coming in from Seattle, Washington. This was just yesterday. Look at the showers moving offshore or onshore, I guess, and a little bit of that cloud covering sunshine making its way through. What a beautiful city there. Definitely one of the bucket list cities to visit in the United States. That was yesterday. Currently in Boise, look at this. Cloud cover and even some snow showers still moving through, but a fair amount of cloud cover and snow still expected throughout Idaho throughout the rest of the day today. We're talking about your Northwest Regional Forecast. I'm meteorologist Andy Stein. Thanks for joining us. Corvallis, you're looking a little bit damp and dreary out there, but Crater Lake National Park in Oregon, look at the blue skies we have and fresh snow on the ground, and a lot of it as well. We've picked up a decent amount of moisture here, about 6/500ths of an inch in Medford, about 3/4 of an inch in Eugene. Portland, about a trace to maybe a 1/10 of an inch, nothing too substantial out there, but we were also talking about those snow reports that we've seen and had come in. They were pretty widespread, especially across portions of Idaho. All across the state we picked up snow, even down towards Medford, about 3 inches fell. But Idaho, the big winners out here. This is what it looked like in Nampa, Idaho. This is from Richard Farmer on Facebook. Thanks so much for sending this in. Now, we're going to continue to have snow reports coming in, but as of right now, Pocatello, 1.5 inches fell. Ketchum, about 4 inches, Banner Summit 13 inches, and Featherville, you got 1.5 feet of snow. Pretty impressive snowfall totals coming in from this last system. That's obviously helping our snowpack go up across the west, and that's some good news because we could always use a little bit of extra snowpack. Here's that moisture across Idaho that's going to continue to push out of the region throughout the afternoon hours today. Still holding on to a couple of those winter weather advisories, and we're going to also be holding on to that cloud cover. This is all snow, by the way. You can see the clouds kind of streaming right here, but everything in the panhandle of Idaho and through northeastern portions of Oregon, we actually have a fair amount of snow on the ground. There's those winter weather advisories lasting until this evening for quite a few of us, but could be expiring earlier. As far as what the weather is concerned, we are going to see still snow moving out of eastern and southern Idaho throughout the day, holding on to a few of those snow showers around Pocatello and Idaho Falls, but high pressure system is building in, and that's going to push everything out briefly because we already have our next storm system that could possibly be impacting us as we head towards tomorrow afternoon and evening. Temperatures today, 29 in Burns is all we are going to get to, 33 in Salmon, 43 in Seattle. Temperatures running a good 5 to 15 degrees colder than where we typically should be. Seattle, you have one more dry day before that next chance of rain moves in, so enjoy the sunshine today. Boise, we're actually going to be clearing out nicely both today and for tomorrow. We should have some pretty decent weather to work with. Idaho Falls, 36 this afternoon, and 32 is what we're going to feel even as we head towards tomorrow afternoon. So after some rain, we're going to have a cooler day, but there'll be a little bit more sunshine in place. Tomorrow morning, we're waking up to 4 in Burns, 4 in Salmon, and even 23 in Yakima, 5 down in Lakeview. It's going to be a cold start to the day for sure, but we're going to watch at least some clearing skies move overhead. High pressure system is going to be squeezing out of the region. Once that moves out, we watch our next system bring some snow to the higher elevations, rain to the lower elevations for Tuesday afternoon. Not a very widespread system. We're not too worried about this one, but the one that moves in by Wednesday, that one is going to create some widespread snow, widespread rain, and it's going to be increasing in intensity through Wednesday and through Thursday. Just about everybody is going to be seeing a little bit of snow and a little bit of rain from this system, even as we head into Thursday night into Friday. Still watching that low pressure system wrapping up some of that moisture here across the Pacific Northwest. So even as we close out the day on Thursday, still a couple of isolated snow showers not out of the question. Snow to come from that next system, probably 1 to 2 feet for the Cascades, 36 inches around Boise, Twin Falls, Pocatello. The Bitterroots could possibly get upwards of a foot of snow as we head a little bit deeper into this weekend, but you know what, still a lot of snow. Good news, drought ongoing across the region, so that is going to be decreasing in intensity hopefully in the next couple of days. For Portland, look at this, normal high this time of year is 53. We're actually going to watch our temperatures stay below that very solidly over the next week, so cooler than normal temperatures for us here. As far as rain is concerned, it looks like a rainy forecast for us here, unfortunately not looking the best. And here in Portland, Seattle, we're also looking at temperatures staying pretty much below that average mark of 51 degrees. We're going to stay below that over the next several afternoons here in Seattle. Again, today the last sunny day, or a completely sunny day that we're going to have, and then we're going to watch rain showers move in by the time we get towards Tuesday afternoon. As far as we are going to talk about Boise, Idaho, look at this, mid-30s today, lower 40s tomorrow. Normal high this time of year is near 50, so we're definitely below average here. And our next chance of rain also is coming in by the end of this week.
We're back here on Weather Nation with your coast-to-coast forecast, and you'll notice in Boston that sun will begin to break out as we go through the afternoon. A little bit more cloud cover, though, down towards the Outer Banks and parts of the southeast, and a lot of sunshine up towards Houghton, Michigan, although we still have plenty of snow on the ground. Now, for some parts of the country, we saw some melting snow, and we saw some very heavy rain over the last week, so flooding has been a concern. Let's take you to Louisville, Kentucky, where this was the scene just yesterday. An unfortunate scene it is, with homes completely surrounded by floodwaters. The Ohio River really on the high side. And of course, it's no surprise, February is the wettest month. February 2018, the wettest February in Louisville's history. history. Look at that, 10.5 inches of rain have fallen. We could see more heavy rain by Wednesday to end the month. Looking at the satellite right now, though, we still see a few areas of some showers and clouds down towards the mid-Atlantic, but really from New England back towards the Midwest, things are looking quiet. We've got some very comfortable temperatures today, too. 55 for a high in Cincinnati, 61 in Louisville, 53 in Philadelphia, even Sault Ste. Marie topping out near 51, about 39 in Minneapolis for today. We've got high pressure, the dominant weather feature here for the Northeast and Midwest as we go through today and tomorrow. But again, by the end of the week, things get a little bit more active. In the meantime, enjoy this taste of spring. Look at tomorrow's highs, near 60 in Roanoke, Virginia. Same story up in Detroit, 52 in Boston, about 57 in Des Moines. And again, we've got a lot of 50s and 60s from the Ohio Valley, the mid-Mississippi Valley, all the way to the coast. A little bit cooler with some 30s and 40s. And we could be tracking a midweek system bringing some snow to parts of the upper Midwest and a good bout of rain, unfortunately, back into the Ohio Valley. We've seen plenty of rain down south, too. We take you to Louisiana, where floodwaters were as far as the eye could see on Sunday. So a lot of concerns there. Down towards Destin, Florida area, though, we did see some showers moving on through the Gulf Coast, but most of that is now towards the East Coast.
It's towards the East Coast, so places like Tallahassee, we're seeing some rain moving through. This line, though, has weakened significantly versus where we were on Saturday into early Sunday. A few embedded rumbles of thunder. That's going to be about it right through areas into South Georgia, North Florida as that front continues to pass. So we'll make for some unsettled weather today, but again, nothing comparatively speaking to what we saw over the weekend.
Yeah, nothing compared to what we could be talking about by the middle of the week. You'll notice already for tomorrow that slight risk for Dallas and the Arklatex region as more storms are likely there.
That's right. So we get that return flow back out of the south. We tap into upper level wind energy. We get basically all the ingredients we need to provide that focus for severe weather beginning Tuesday for the Arklatex, but that enhancement's really going to come through on Wednesday, and you're going to notice that right through Shreveport, Texarkana, into parts of western Mississippi, and that's going to be on Wednesday evening. So again, that's going to be right after sunset. We're going to be concerned about some of these storms.
Yeah, the storms and potentially more flooding and the heavy rain potential, as we see here, maybe 2, 3, 4 more inches.
Yeah, right. That's right. They always say the best medicine comes with those side effects. So we need the rain because of the drought-stricken conditions we have across the Mid-South, but it is a little bit too much of a good thing, as we've seen the Mississippi River, Ohio River Valley, as you said before.
Yeah, of course, that will be watching. Of course, we're watching out west with the snow and the wet weather. We take it to Boise, Idaho now. How about that? Some snow coming on down, and in some cases, well, we've been seeing some rain. We'll be tracking that west coast system over the next few days.
That's right. This is the west coast system that's actually going to bring that threat for severe weather to parts of the Mid-South, as we were just talking about. So the current location right now is across the Sierra Nevadas into parts of Lake Tahoe, Truckee, California, even across the Wasatch, picking up on a little bit of snow. They could certainly use more. Very behind for this time of year. Parts of the Intermountain West are, and certainly the Sierra Nevadas. But some of that rain is continuing to sag a little farther south of San Francisco. We are going to pick up the heaviest snow across Lake Tahoe and west of Reno, Nevada. Along the coastal areas, a few embedded rumbles of thunder can't be rolled out here across places like Monterey, San Francisco, and all the way down to Santa Maria. On Tuesday, we do see more of that threat for just mainly thunderstorms across portions of Southern California into the desert Southwest. So that is going to bring some heavier rain into Los Angeles for Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening. Winter weather will take place also into the Ventura Mountains north of Los Angeles. We got winter weather advisories in effect for about 2 to 6 inches on Tuesday, mainly for elevations above 2,500 feet. So be mindful of that if you have to plan some of these routes. Could be traveling here over the next 24 hours. Those winter weather alerts expand all the way into eastern Idaho, western Wyoming, as snow will continue to fall through the day today. And we're finally going to pick up on some moisture here across Flagstaff, Arizona. Certainly needed in that location as well. And this is all going to transition into that severe weather threat, as Joe was talking about, by Tuesday and Wednesday. Don't forget, you can...
Well, it's a much drier day earlier in New York City as well as Seaside Heights, New Jersey, but we still have the clouds with us. We'll see even though some breaks of sunshine, though.
Yeah, there's a chance we'll see the sun break on out. We've seen it in other parts of the Northeast, thankfully. Today, actually looking a lot quieter than the last couple of days, but we'll have a few days before we have to worry about some more rain.
Worry about some more rain. So a nice break from all the really active weather we've been seeing, not just across the Northeast, but all the country.
That's right.
So a quiet Monday. It's easier when you're headed back to work or school to have...
I was going to say.
Yeah,
Mother Nature's on our side today, it seems. Of course, yesterday, not the greatest, but look at this beautiful scene here. Some River Valley action out of West Virginia.
Yeah, Lost River in West Virginia. You see the fog in the hills, and still some rain, though, was working through the mountain state.
Rain, a lot of cloud cover. Again, this is drone footage. You can barely see the city of Harpers Ferry, West Virginia. Look at that. Thick cloud cover, but beautiful nonetheless.
Beautiful nonetheless. I personally, if I was to invest in a drone, I'm not letting it out of my sights and letting it go over the clouds.
Right, yeah, that's very risky, I guess, going way up high. But don't worry if you have a drone. If you want to fly around today, we've got some partly cloudy weather that's working back in. But we will see that showery weather return by the middle of the week.
Middle of the week, but really still with the clouds we're dealing with today, the sunshine, we have some temperatures that are really not too bad for the end of February.
Yeah, nice taste of spring. Let's dive right in and talk about the numbers, Kate. As you can see here, well, we're enjoying a lot of quiet weather. Again, Boston, you'll likely be in the 40s, 50s, and 60s the next couple of days, gradually warming each day. Waterbury, Connecticut, seeing again a little bit of blue sky trying to peek out there, but we did have a lot of overcast earlier. Now, we do have quite a bit of snowpack still lingering in parts of northern New England, but here's what we're talking about. You head back towards Erie, Pennsylvania. Blue skies, Lake Erie thawed out in the marina there anyway. A nice looking view there from Erie, where of course they've had their snowiest winter ever. It's nice to catch a nice break in some areas. Well, let's talk about those low temperatures this morning. 33 in Portland, 43 in New York, 44 this morning in Charleston. We've seen those numbers drop off for some, rise for others. But again, for the most part, we are expecting above normal temperatures, including today all the way into the weekend. How about that? Rain over the last 24 hours. Well, we saw some in Boston and Portland and other areas down towards Virginia. We'll still see a few spotty showers across Virginia. And again, by this evening, we're likely to see a lot more sunshine here throughout the Northeast.